Bueno amigos, y seguimos aquí conectados con Mr. Supranational Alemania, Marco Bauer, que nos estaba contando pues acerca de su experiencia como modelo y cómo terminó en el concurso Mr. Supranational. Así que vamos a darle inmediatamente paso a nuestro amigo Marco, que aquí se encuentra. Y restableciendo la conexión. Marco, how are you? I'm here again. I don't know what's happened, but here we are. I don't know what
Hi.
happened. Things happen when you're live, but here we are again.
Yes,
So
definitely.
I'm going to do a little conclusion about this live, and then we return about the camp. So nuestro amigo Marco es Mr. Supranational Alemania. Voy a hacer una pequeña conclusión porque desafortunadamente se nos cortó el live. No sé por qué no se grabó. Él comenzó su carrera de modelo este año en el mes de enero y se inscribió en el concurso Mr. Supranational Alemania. A diferencia de otras organizaciones, Alemania no tiene director nacional como lo tienen otros países, por lo tanto, para él fue un camino más difícil presentarse a la competencia internacional, ya que él no tenía nadie que lo apoyara, nadie que lo ayudara, no tenía sponsors, no tenía quien le prestara vestidos, no tenía absolutamente nada, solo a su hermano que le ayudaba a hacer los videos con el celular. Del resto él lo tuvo que hacer solo. Y por cierto, su familia no conocía mucho de regalos de belleza, lo mismo en Alemania. So, we were talking about your family, and you were
Yes.
telling me that your brother was helping you to do the videos that you sent to the international competition. So, you were thinking about you were joined to be in a male beauty pageant before that. You have that on mind, or just was an opportunity?
No, it started last year with Mr. Deutschland, as Mr. Germany, in October 2021. And my first thought of this pageant was that after this pageant, I thought, okay, it was a one-time experience. It was a good experience, but it was only for one time. But then, I don't know how it came. It started then. I was in December on a photo shooting in Milano with Jeff Morano. He's an international famous model from the 80s and 90s. And I learned a lot from him in these 2 days. And then I thought, okay, come on, let's try it. Let's try to get in some agencies with the pictures from Jeff Morano. And then I tried it. And yeah, I got a lot of positive feedback. And yeah, and then I thought, okay, maybe I can have the chance one time to represent my country international. And then I've looked what is actually on the market, and there are a lot of brands, a lot of pages, but I haven't known them. And then I thought, okay, what is the difference between them? Then I looked at YouTube videos and something like this, and then I saw Supranational, and I thought, wow, this is impressive. It's a big stage. They are not so long in this business by the man, and I like the message from Supranational. I like, for me, it's personally important that you can identify with a brand. It's not only to go there and say, oh yeah, I would like to represent my country, because I've checked a lot. I like by Supra that they are not too, they don't show too much by the man, and this is something I like, because I don't think it's good if you get short before naked on a page. This is my personal opinion. Yes, you don't need to show or something like this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say any names, but of any pages, but I have seen something and I say, no, this is something I will not do. It's okay to do an underwear shoot or do another shoot. It's okay, but sometimes it's a little bit too much. And this is what I like by Supra. Supra respect the candidates.
Yes.
They protect the candidates. And as you have seen in television, we wear long board shorts. And this is something I really like by Supranational, because they give a lot of respect to the pageant, to the people who join the pageant.
Sí, aquí dice Marco que él tuvo la oportunidad de participar con un diseñador en Milán y de ahí pues comenzó a buscar agencias, pero que habla de que hay unas cosas que él no iría, como es un mundo muy abierto y que él no haría muchas cosas, que a él le gustó mucho que en el Supra se pusieran pues shorts y no de pronto esas cosas tan pequeñas, porque los vestidos de baño, porque se siente más confidente con eso. So, what things you want to do in modeling, for example? What things now that you say that, yes, Mr. Supranational is a very well-respected international male beauty pageant. It's growing and growing every year. So that's something that the audience and the entire world is knowing. What things do you think that you want to do it in a competition or in modeling or in this business?
For me in personal, I thought about making something with television, maybe.
Television.
Because it's difficult. If you can be in a lot of agencies, in model agencies or something like this, but a lot of people would like to have jobs. It's normal, yeah? And you need to be at least maybe in 10 agencies that you get every month one job. Yeah?
Yes, correct.
That's realistic, because a lot of people live in a dream and they think, oh my God, I have joined an agency and I'm actually now in 3 agencies, but I have to fight because of it's difficult because of the jobs. Yeah. And I know that this is not the end of this.
Yeah,
I
I mean? This is the starting of your career. Yeah, you know what? I'm used to, well, things change right now, but I'm used to sign with like 8 agencies here, and they were sending me job from job here, there, going here. I have pictures here, so you have to make it busy and you have to make it like a profession. So in that way, from casting and casting and casting, you get one here, you get the other one here, you get there. So you're good. So let's talk about Mr. Supranational. Vamos a comenzar a hablar de la competencia Mr. Supranational. So tell me about the competition. It was what you expect. How do you feel? How was your relationship with your other friends? What do you think? Let's start first. Cuba was the Mr. Supranational. What do you think about Cuba, Mr. Cuba?
Very, very kind person. He's very, very polite, and I think he will be a great Mr. Supranational, because I have met also Varo Vegas, and really it's a great person. Yeah, it's a great personality, and I haven't expected in that way, but he's got the complete package. Yeah, the smile, the kindness, and he's really, really great person. I think Cuba will make a great job, definitely.
Ok, dice, le pregunté directo a la yugular qué opinaba de Mr. Cuba, que resultó pues el ganador de la competencia de Mr. Supranacional. Dice que es un tipazo, que es un tipo que tiene una gran personalidad, que es con buenos modales, con un gran carisma y que no tiene la menor duda de que va a ser pues un gran Mr. Supranacional. Lo mismo habló de Varo Vargas, el pasado Mr. Supranacional, que él también le parece un gran tipo. So, from the top 10, who do you think should be in the top 5? For example, in my opinion, I was thinking, I mean, not that the results are fine, but in my choice, I will put Vietnam in the top 5. Who do you think should be in the top 5, or do you agree with the entire results?
For me personally, as I can say, my personal favorite from the beginning was Argentina and Brazil. Because I liked them, really. They're also great guys. I like Cuba also, but they are great guys. I think for example, Argentina has something really special. Yeah, so really a great smile and everything else, and I think he's also a great person. And I can't say anything about the decision because I don't know what comes through this decision.
Correct.
Yeah, which
exactly.
point or something like this. But I like everyone from my Supra brothers, I can say, really, definitely. But at the beginning, I thought that Argentina won.
Ya, ok. Yo le pregunté que yo pensaba que independiente del resultado, que a la final pues fue un buen resultado, todos los que quedaron, para mi concepto, el candidato de Vietnam pensé que podría estar dentro del top 5. Es más, de hecho, yo pensé que Vietnam podría ser uno de los ganadores. Y le pregunté a Marco que quién pensaba que faltó de pronto en el top 5. Me dice que todos estuvieron bien, pero que él piensa que desde el comienzo de la competencia, Argentina y Brasil pensó que eran los candidatos pues que a su parecer podrían ser uno de los grandes ganadores. Y lo mismo Cuba, también opinó de Cuba. So, who was your best friend in the competition? Who was the guy that you were related more in the competition?
This is really difficult to say because I think I had a special connection to a lot of persons. In my opinion, I like a lot of people like Belgium, France, and my roommate Netherlands, also a great person. Brazil, very, very honest person. I really appreciate him.
Bélgica, Francia, Brazil. Who was your roommate?
Netherlands.
Oh, Netherlands. Holanda era el roommate de. So when in your room, it was a disaster. It was very things here, things there, things on the floor.
No, it was only at one day because we had no time, and then we make. For me, the same because I am a person. I need that it has to be normal and clean and this. And he's the same. But at one day we had no time, and I said, "Oh my God!" I put every clothes in every side, and it's not important. And we came back, and the first thing I did on the next day was to clean my clothes up because it was too much, really.
Él dice que yo le pregunté que si el cuarto andaba, yo soy desorganizado, yo lo reconozco. Yo llego a un hotel y yo, you know what, I get to a hotel, any hotel that I travel, and I take my luggage and I, down, it's there. That's me.
Okay, no, this is something I can't, because then when it's too much chaotic, then I don't find anything, and this is not good. It's okay when it's a little bit close there, a little bit close there, but when it's too much on one point, I can't find anything of the clothes.
Ya no, él dice que no, que tanto caos que no puede estar tan caótico porque se le pierde, después no encuentra nada. No, I agree. If you're in a competition, you have to have everything straight. That's going to be a different situation. If I will go, I will have everything straight. So, dice que un día sí dejaron el cuarto vuelto nada porque le tocó salir corriendo, porque tenía que salir corriendo, y dijeron, bueno, regresamos y ordenamos el cuarto, que dejaron hecho un sancocho. So, at what time do you guys wake up every day?
Oh, this is from day to day different. Normally, it's about getting up at. For me, personally, I get up at 7:30 or sometimes.
You normally wake up at 7.
Normally, yes.
You know, if you go out on Friday night and you go out and party and then you get home at 3 a.m. in the morning, you wake up at 7 or you wake up at 2?
No. I don't. I have to say, since I'm dirty, I'm not so often on parties. Yeah, it's not like when you're 25 or something like this. This is different. And it's if I really go out with friends or something like this, then I arrive back at the morning at maybe 5 or 6 a.m. So then I sleep the whole day.
Oh. That's a good question. Que él dice que él no es mucho de andar enfiestado por ahí, emparrandado cada rato, pero que si él va a decidir salir, que llegue a las 5 o a las 6 y que entonces duerme todo el día. Me too. If I go out, I sleep the entire day. There's no in between. It's all or nothing.
Yes, definitely. And sometimes the next day also sleep.
Yes. So, competition. You were in a competition, and I'm sure as you were representing your country, you were proud to represent your country, and all of them are winners. They make a great job. There were tension between your friends, the competition. Do you feel any tension? Do you feel any, you know what, I'm going to win this, and somebody was like, you know, competition?
Yeah, I think it's often normal. People look to you in a different way, because if you're getting more, I think if you get more attention from other people, it's no matter what you do, if you join a page or something like this, but if you get more attention, the people look at you and sometimes get jealous. Yeah, it's normal, I think, but before years, I think when I was 25 or something like this, it would be very difficult for me to handle it. But actually, for me, this is really not a problem. Really not a problem. I have no problems with that. And I have luck because I don't get much hate. This is really good.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Really, really thankful for that. I don't get really much hate or something like this. So for me, if I see something, it's really, really not often. But if I see something also, I ignore it. It's not important for me because I think if you look at bad things come to you. And if you look only forward to positive things, also positive things come to you.
Ok, dice que con una competencia, translating, en una competencia es normal que haya el ambiente de la competencia en una buena manera, por supuesto, pero que obviamente cuando algunos llaman más la atención de otros, pues obviamente pues va a haber ese sentimiento, algunos se vuelven un poquito más, sí, como la atención, un poquito, vamos a ponerle la palabra no envidia, pero sí hay personas que les gusta más la atención que a otros. Dice que en su caso, pues que él no recibió pues nada de eso, pero que si lo hubiera sentido, él lo hubiera sencillamente ignorado. Very mature of your way of thought of that. So, okay, I'm going to talk about something that I catch my attention about mental health. It's something that I know is very important in your life, because you share in a post that you live your darkest moment about for you were living in fear, you were living in depression. So that you were from hospital to hospital, from doctors to doctors, from medicine, you taking medicines. And people assume that because you are a male model, you are a model, that you are in fashion, you get dressed, you get posed, sunglasses, shining, you know, television, they take you out, dinners, restaurants, hotels, traveling trips. People think that your life is perfect. People think that your life is pink. Everything is like a pink cloud. And now you're smiling, but I'm sure when you were living in those depression moments, you don't. Can you tell me a little bit why you were in that depression and how it's changed your life?
Yes, of course, it was about a little bit more than 10 years ago. So it was in the year before 10 years ago. So it started, I worked a lot of, really, I had a lot of work. I was often by customers. I had also private, a little bit problems with my family and something like this. And on one point in my life, all came together. And I haven't seen the signs of my body, because the body gives you often signs, so it feels like sometimes you get a feeling you don't get no air, so you feel like you can't breathe, or maybe sometimes part of your body hurts or something like this. Yes,
correct.
And you don't react to this because you work, you go on, you drink energy drinks, a lot of caffeine, and you don't see this by yourself, and then it's really, really difficult. And then came one point I will never forget. I was on the way to a customer, and I was driving by car, and then I felt my heart is coming out of my chest. It felt like a heart attack or something like this, and I didn't get no air. So I went to the side and tried to calm down, but nothing happened. And every time my head was spinning around, and I can't do anything. So I called my dad and my best buddy at this time. I said, hey, Dad, can you come with my best brother? And maybe you can keep me up at home or something like this, or please call a doctor or something like this, because it's getting really, really worse now. And he reacted, and he came. And he saw me, and he said, wow, oh my God, what's wrong with you? And maybe you need vitamins or something like this. And I said, no, I think it's something different. Then I went home, and it doesn't get better at this time. I called the doctor. The doctor was my neighbor. It was an advantage. He came to me and said, okay, in my personal opinion, your pain is not, your healthiness is good, but the pain you have is from the inside. So I thought, okay, well, how does he mean this? Because I didn't understand that. So the next day was again calm, a little bit down, but the next day was more worse, because I went to the hospital, and the doctor, they did everything. I didn't get no air or something like this. They take blood and made all the tests, and they said, you're a really healthy person. But believe me, one thing, this is always in my head what the doctor said.
Oh, really?
your soul is crying.
Oh my God, give me translate. Ok, como les comentaba al principio, Marco escribió en una de sus historias algo que él quiso compartir, y es que hace aproximadamente 14 años atrás, él comenzó a sufrir de depresión, una depresión muy intensa, una depresión muy severa, que lo llevó a uno de los momentos más oscuros de su vida, y comenzó a pasar hospitalizados, a pasar por doctores, por medicamentos, en un momento muy difícil. Él me estaba comentando, yo le pregunté que fue que me explicara un poco para saber, entender, y pues quiso pues darnos, pues abrir su experiencia, que él un día, como él tenía mucho estrés con su familia, con su trabajo más que todo, que eso era trabajar, 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 y que él era como una máquina, y que un día, por ejemplo, él iba a ir a ver a un cliente, iba en su carro y él comenzó a sentir un dolor tan intenso en su pecho que se le quería salir el corazón. Él tuvo que parar al lado del carro para que comenzara a llamar a su mejor amigo, llamó a su papá y llegaron a auxiliarlo, fueron a la casa, llegó el doctor que era el vecino de él, y para sorpresa de él, el doctor le dijo que él veía absolutamente todo bien, que era algo que le estaba pasando, que su salud estaba bien. Entonces, igualmente él fue, que también dice que desafortunadamente cuando hay problemas de salud mental o problemas de este tipo, pues cuando a ti te duele algo, pues tú lo sientes porque algo te está indicando que te duele. Te duele una muela, te duele el pie, pues tú sabes que aquí él no sentía nada, pues él veía todo bien y él no sabía lo que estaba pasando. Fue al hospital y en el hospital el doctor le dijo lo mismo, que de salud él estaba perfecto, que era algo que él se estaba sintiendo, que no tenía nada que ver con su salud física. So very interesting. So you went to the hospital and the doctor told you everything is fine. You're having something that your soul is crying. What does that mean exactly?
That means that your body reacts to the stress that you have. So your
Stress.
body reacts, and you have to make something. And the problem is you can't help yourself at this time. Yeah, you can try it, but it doesn't work. So I would like to say to everyone who make or who has some problems like this, first look for help before you try to solve something like this. Yes, it's really, really important that you first get help, and then later, if you got everything you need from doctors and everything, you can try to help yourself. Because at the end of the day, I can tell from my personal opinion, it helped me a lot to be at the therapy and to take medicine at the time. But you can't be with that the whole life. So you must be powerful enough to change this one time. Yeah, it's really, really difficult because the illness is by everyone a little bit different. By some people it's harder, and some people have no body reactions, they only feel sad the whole day. But for me personally, I had one moment in my life when I couldn't drive at first at this time, but to a later point I could drive with car just 5 to 10 minutes, and then I get no air and something like this. But I had one moment when I thought, okay, I don't want this, because this couldn't be the rest of my life. So just try to get up and be powerful enough. And I tried everything to make myself feel good and feel better. Yeah, and starting with autogenic training. It's also on YouTube. It's really, really good. Really, really, really. A lot of people think, oh my God, it's not good. This is so good. Before you sleep, do autogenic training at YouTube. It helps your mind from the inside. And I started with that. And if you believe it or not, but the tumbling in my head, because it was so much. All the time my head was spinning around the whole day. I tried to work, but I must make this.
Oh, really?
Really, I couldn't work because I had to lay down all the time, and it would this tumbling in my head was also from the inside. It was nothing from my body; it was from the inside. And the whole day, really, make the whole day this, and then you know what I felt the whole day.
Wow.
Not 24 hours, but
you know
mostly.
What? Everything that you're sharing sounds very strong. Something very like I mean, I can imagine that you were in a very stressful moment. Okay, I'm going to translate.
Yes.
Marco dice que él, cuando obviamente comenzó a asistir a estos doctores, él dice que él sentía, como ustedes lo veían, que todo le daba vuelta en la cabeza, que era un estrés tan grande, que muchas personas lo que sienten es una tristeza diariamente, pero él dice que lo más importante que usted tiene que hacer es buscar ayuda. Que busque ayuda, que él trató solo de poder superar todo eso, pero que él dice que no, que usted necesita una ayuda y para eso existen las personas, para eso existen los centros, para eso existen las terapias, para eso existen los profesionales, para que usted en ese momento que se sienta deprimido. El otro día, y esto no tiene nada que ver con él, vi ahí líneas de hotline si usted tiene deseos de suicidarse, si usted tiene intenciones de hacerle daño a alguien, si usted tiene intenciones de hacerse daño, donde usted pueda dar una alarma, una voz para que ustedes lo puedan ayudar. Entonces así le pasó a Marco hasta que él mismo dijo, él decía que él, llegó un momento en que él no podía manejar 10 minutos porque él se le iba el aire y sentía que todo le daba vuelta, que él inclusive, hey, look what I'm doing, like you feel like this. Él sentía que se estaba tambaleando, pero él dijo, y a ver la inspiración, yo no voy a continuar el resto de mi vida tambaleándome, ni el resto de mi vida que no puedo respirar, y voy a hacer todo lo que esté en mis manos y alcance posible para que yo pueda tener una vida pues normal y feliz. Y miren que hoy él nos está contando esta maravillosa historia donde no solamente pudo superar toda esta parte, sino que ahora es un joven que vive una vida pues con entusiasmo, con una representación internacional. This is a very inspirational story, let me tell you. So, for how long you were dealing with all this situation?
The hardest time was maybe about between 9 and 12 months because it went very fast because it was down and up and down and up and down. But I can tell you if it's for a longer time in your brain, you will have to train this for your whole life. Because actually today, I really, if I'm honest, if I have a lot of stress, I got the feeling back, but not in that way because I can handle it. So
yeah,
every time I get the feeling and I feel it, I can bring my body down a little bit, yes? Because I trained this a lot of times, and sometimes because when I fly to Supra, for example, I was extremely nervous. The flight is only about 1.5 hours, but if you had depression, flying is really, really, really hard, really hard.
it is. Because I don't like, flights either. Actually, every time that me or my family are in a plane, I get nervous. I mean, it's something that I cannot help. It is. I get like that.
Yeah.
No, él dice que aproximadamente él duró en terapias en todo este proceso donde fue más intenso como entre 9 meses y 1 año. Bastante largo el tiempo, pero a veces es el tiempo que tú necesitas y ahí fue donde él aprendió a dominar todas estas situaciones que todavía se le presentan, tiene momentos, sino que la diferencia es que él aprendió a cuando ya vienen estas situaciones, que eso es lo que tiene que la gente aprender, que cuando viene ese momento, usted saber qué es lo que usted tiene que hacer. So that's very impressive, Marco, really. I'm admiring you, your self-confidence, your self-love, about you try to manage everything and you change your life in the way that you could be still in those moments, but you decide that you don't want to be, and even more powerful to share to everyone this, because I'm sure there is a lot of people that is in suffer or is happening. I'm sorry, or sometimes it's happening what you lived before. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Sorry. I'm
I
having
can
this cough lately, like 2 or 3 days ago. I'm having this cough. I'm very sorry for that.
Oh, it's no problem. Everybody's getting
yes.
ill all the time. It's normal.
So,
we have plans from Corona.
no, not Corona.
I
know, for
but,
sure.
Today everybody you cough a little bit. It's normal because if you are outside in the supermarket and I have to cough a little bit, the people look, oh my God, he has Corona, and
Yeah.
everybody goes away.
Well,
Crazy
it's not
today.
Corona, people.
Yeah,
So, well,
it's not Corona.
yeah, I know. Yeah, right. So when you were in Poland, did you have any moment of stress, like you were feeling like that, or right now, as you say, you can handle? I mean, you look one of the best pictures of the face that I saw in the competition. You have one of the best
Thank you.
faces of the competition, I have to
Thank
tell
you
you.
so much. Thank you so
And the
much.
way you were in the runway, you feel very confident. You walk very like amazing. It was
Thank
a
you.
moment that you look at the camera, you were smiling, so you feel like you were in the game, like you were part of that game. And I really like your presentation in all your presentation in the final, in the preliminary. I mean, you should be very proud of what you did in Poland.
Thank you so much. It was, I can tell you from my personal opinion, it was something to prove for myself. Yeah. I push my body every time a little bit more. Yeah. Because if you found a stress level, and for me, it was the biggest challenge to get into another country where I don't know anybody, where only the people speak English with me, where I'm completely alone, where I fly alone. It was the first time I have flight alone. I've never flight before alone. Every
Okay.
time it was a person, maybe some part of the family or someone like this. But this was a big challenge for me. Yeah, I had sometimes also points for myself when I was in Poland, when I see, oh, it's a lot of stress for me now because I don't know the situation. You are all the whole day with a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And normally when I'm at home, I have every evening time for myself, maybe 1, 2 hours just to relax, just to look television or calling with somebody or something like this, but just a part to relax. Yeah. And there it was from now to
So
then
crazy.
100. Yeah, it was crazy. It was awesome, but this challenged me and my body, and I felt okay. It's another kind of stress level, but it's good for me. I noticed I had sometimes a point where I said, "Oh my God, was this the right decision? Maybe you're too old. Maybe you don't can get the stress level like when you're 22 or something like this." But it challenged me, and 4 days before the final, I said, "Oh my God, maybe I should give up because it's a lot for me. Yeah, you have to train. We work for the show and everything. Yeah, and you're with a lot of people. You don't have to. You can't have so much time for yourself. Yeah, and I don't know this.
Did it cross your mind to say one day, "Hey, I'm not continue to in the pageant"?
Also for me personally, it's actually I have a lot of offers, but I had also these offers before Supranational. Yeah, I have to say, these pages who want me had also want me before Supranational. But
But
I
during
could,
the competition, during the Mr. Supranational, it was too crazy or too stressful that it was a point that
yeah.
you say, no, you enjoyed the entire competition.
Mm. I had points when it was for me personally stressful because I'm not so I don't have this I'm not the same person like other persons. Yeah, they have another stress level like me. For them it's maybe normal and something like this, but for me it was sometimes really exhausting to be with a lot of people and don't have so much time for me or something like this. But it was good, it challenged me, and after I had 1 day where I was okay, maybe I should give up because does this make sense? And for what do we
What
do?
make you continue? Okay, give me 1 second. Para Marco, como él tiene estos problemas de su estrés, llegó un momento en que él decidió, porque él está acostumbrado a estar en sitios cerrados, calmado, tranquilo, porque tiene una situación. Entonces que él llegó un momento en que fue la primera vez que él viajó en avión solo, porque usualmente lo hace con su familia, todo. Iba a una competencia y que cuando llegó a eso habían muchas personas en la competencia, los directores, maquilladores, whatever, todo lo que es una producción. Y dice que llegó un momento, llegó un punto que como los niveles de estrés de él son diferentes a los de una persona normal, espero estarlo traduciendo bien. Bueno, eso fue lo que entendí, perfecto. Dice que él llegó a un momento antes de la preliminar de tomar la decisión de decir no voy a continuar en la competencia. So what make you change your mind? What makes you continue to the challenge? What stop you to say, I'm leaving, I'm not going to continue? What make you don't turn your, don't resign the competition?
It was three persons.
Tres
First, my
personas.
roommate.
Who? Who was the
My
first
roommate.
person?
My roommate helped me because I've been talking to him. He said, "Hey, you don't give up. Come on, let's go." I know it's not easy for us all because sometimes it's stressful. It's normal, yeah, because you're not here for a birthday party. You want to make something. You want to make a great show.
Correct.
And it's important when you get invited and you represent your country, you represent also supranational. You represent the brand, and it has to be a great show because they invest a lot for this, and you have to be thankful for this. Yes, and I am really thankful. And my roommate said, "Okay, come on, we go on, just make it." And I was talking to a very, very good friend, and she's also my manager. She managed me, and she said, "Marco, I understand what you feel, and nobody is disappointed if you go home, but think about this. I know you are very sad. I hear this, and I'm not often sad, believe me, really not often sad. But there I was a little bit sad because I don't know how to react with that, and it was a little bit too much for me at this moment. And then
It
I was
is.
also talking.
Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you, before you say the third person, I work on TV, I work on modeling. It's stressful. You get nervous. You get, there's people that is tension. It's lots of tension, and it was not a competition. I imagine it's double the tension, but it's tension, you know, being on set, being on camera with the director, with makeup. People sometimes are nice. People sometimes they're jerks. So you have to deal with that, and still you have to smile. Okay, hold on. Él dice que tres personas lo hicieron continuar en la competencia. Uno fue su roommate, Mr. Netherlands, que le dijo, mira, no, vamos adelante, sigue la competencia, esto es solamente una vez en tu vida, y le dio muchos ánimos. La otra persona fue su manager, que es una amiga de él, que también le dijo, mira, esto es normal que tú te sientas así, pero acuérdense que él tiene sus niveles de estrés diferentes a los de, como él me dijo, una persona normal. Y ahora me va a decir quién es la tercera persona. So, Mr. Netherlands, your roommate, your manager, and who was the third person who make you support you and say, you know what, let's do it?
My dad.
Your dad, su papá. What your dad told you?
My dad told me, Marco, you wanted this experience. I understand. I know your problems because you have not such a big stress level. Sometimes it's normal by me. It has to do with the past, also with the depression. It's normal, yeah. This will never change because if you had it one time, you can handle it, but it comes sometimes back, but not in the way it was before. But you can react to that. But you feel it sometimes. So and then I was on the point. Okay, I said, oh, it's a lot. And my dad told me, hey, you wanted this. Marco, what were your words when I told you you don't need to do that? And I said, yes, I don't need to do, but I want to do because I want to prove myself something. Yeah. And he said, come on, I understand it's hard for you now. You're maybe sad and something. I hear this, but hang in there. And tomorrow the world will be better, definitely. And see it at the end. The next day I woke up and I was extremely positive. Really positive. I was so, oh my God, I'm full of energy, and I would like to do this to the end because let's go and make a great show. Yeah. And then I was really, really positive.
Wow, what a great story. Marco dice que la tercera persona que lo hizo cambiar de idea antes de decir no voy a continuar en pleno concurso fue que su roommate le dijo, mira, estas personas han invertido tanto en nosotros para un show que va a cambiar el resto de nuestra vida. La segunda persona fue su manager, le dijo que eso es normal, que no solamente él estaba estresado, sino que todo el mundo estaba estresado. Y la tercera persona fue su padre. Su padre habló con él y le dijo, hijo, esto es lo que tú siempre has querido, estás en un lugar privilegiado, disfrútalo, cambia tu mente. Y le dio tantos consejos a su padre que al día siguiente él se levantó positivo, con ganas de comerse al mundo y dijo, Estoy feliz de estar en esta competencia. So, I spoke with you the day before of the preliminary. Let me tell you that everything that you're telling me, if you were not sharing, it's hard to believe because you look so happy, you look so confident, you look so really, really. When you send me the message, William, thanks for your support. Thank you, this is very important to me. And I said, wow, this guy is amazing. And now I remember that I said, you know what? I think this guy is a great candidate. It's very positive. So now that you're sharing me that you were going to finish the competition, I mean, it's very inspirational because you have like your stress problem and you change it into a positive things. So after you look back and now you see Marco Bauer, Mr. Supranational Germany, that I saw you in the final show wearing your red suit, walking. I saw that you have your Germany and you were like, you know, helping your Germany band. How do you feel after everything passed and now you did it? You made it. What do you think? What do you feel?
The first feeling I had when we were also at the rehearsals and we had our flag the first time with us and the song was going on. It's from, I think, from Harry Styles. I don't know, but it's new. It's a new song, and it's like the feeling was so, I can't describe because I was so proud. I know that there's not so much support from Germany from me because not a lot of people are into patients or something like this.
Correct.
Right? But I have a lot of support from other countries. Like much greetings goes out to Peru, Philippines, and Indonesia. I have a lot of fans from there, and I'm really thankful for the support from everyone. Also Venezuela and America, and yeah.
Of course,
You
me,
so
yeah.
much.
I mean,
I know,
you know
I mean
what?
you.
Something very important that you were one of the favorites from the fan vote. That is, you know what? Being the favorite from the fans around the world, that they were millions of people following the pageant and voting, and you were in the top 10. That's something very incredible. I mean, that's something really amazing that you have to say, people love me. People really love me. People likes me.
Thank you so much. I think I sent a message to the world. I sent more than one message to the world, and I felt that the people react to these messages. Like beginning from talking about depression, and also the other message was you can reach everything you want just by being yourself. It's not important what other people say or think. If you have problems with bullying or something like this, just walk your own way and you make it great. And other people look at you, but don't listen to them. Make it, and you can make everything just by being yourself. It's not important what you do with your body or you change for anything. I can say from my heart, I was all the time the same person. I've never changed. If I need time for myself, I get a little bit distance to other people. Maybe sometimes this is for people a little bit, maybe they think, oh, why he's now a little bit for himself. But I need this time then, and I take this time for myself because you need power to get into the show and do this. And but I can say to 100%, I never changed for anything in this competition. And the experience was really, really great, and I love it so much. And I'm thankful that a lot of fans have heard my story and reacted to the story. And I hope I can really, I have become some messages, and the people wrote me, Marco, actually, I have a lot of problems with the problems you have shared with us. And what do you think? And I've heard sometimes stories, and I had tears in my eyes because of they had it so hard. That the parents had died before a short time or something like this, and now they don't know how to handle the problems with depressions, or they don't see a sense in life because they say my dad died, my mom died 2 or 3 years before, and now I don't have any family. So
Yes.
what can I do now? So my first thing is that I told this person, first of all, thank you for sharing this experience with me. But also, I can tell you from my personal opinion, I know this is extremely hard, and I don't want to be in the same situation like you. But you have your own life, and don't forget, every life is a present that God gave you. So make anything out of it. Look for help, and maybe you can change it in the next time so that you see positive things. Maybe you get your own family one day or something like this. Yeah. And these are the things you live for. So just change your mind, try to do something against this. Yeah. And don't give up, because I know it's hard. Some people have it good in life, some people don't have it good in life. This is really a problem, but make the best out of it. Yeah. Sometimes it looks from the outside that you have a perfect life, like you said before. Yeah. A lot of people also thought this and said, "Oh, Marco, your life is great. You have a good job and you have a good life," and something like this. But nobody knows how I really felt inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that. In my personal opinion, at a lot of times, I haven't seen that what other people see. And then they get jealous and something like this. And you think, why are they jealous? Because they don't feel good.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's just what is jealousy. You know what? Let me translate a little bit, and I'm going to
Yes.
tell you something that I just are seeing right now, like a vision of something.
Yes.
Marco dice que la vida Dios te la da, la vida solo es una y que uno tiene que aprovecharla y que uno tiene que asumir los retos y ver por lo que tú quieres, no importa el resultado. Este es un gran muchacho, una gran inspiración. Que él pues ahora pues muy contento de ya ver todo el camino que pasó, después de superar algunos retos personales y de tener la posibilidad de hoy compartir esta historia en esta plataforma, pues lo llenan a él de mucho orgullo, y que lo más importante es que cuando usted necesite ayuda, busque la ayuda, que eso es lo que lo puede usted sacar o salvar o ayudar en muchos momentos. You know what, Marco? I think, you were talking right now, when you go to this people's conference and they're talking about their experience, like motivational coach, that you can, I think, you have the power to change somebody's life with your experience, and change and inspire others. Like I saw you like this personal coach. You were talking, and I was like, I'm thinking like, wow, this guy is really amazing that he's sharing
Thank you.
his story. He was in a dark place. I imagine like you feel so depressed and you feel worthless, or because it's like that when you are in depression, you feel that you don't have value, you don't love yourself. Everything is bad. Everything is in the dark moment. And now you shine, So from that moment to now, and now you were in the beauty pageant, and that stress was like, and then you control and say, you know what, I'm going to do it. It's very powerful. And you know what? I really think you are a great human being. I really thank you for this time that you're having with me. I'm going to post it here, and I hope that lots of people, or people that need it, get this message. Like sometimes message come from something that you don't expect, and I think it's very important that you share this story as many times as possible.
Definitely. Thank you so much also for your time and giving me a stage for bringing a message better to the people, and also to people who only understand English and Spanish. Sorry, don't understand English and only understand Spanish. But I think it's important that a lot of people heard. And if we only reach one person with a message like this, then the job is done. Yeah. And I can tell you, when I made this post, under this post, I don't want to say a name now, but you can see it, it's public. But the one person wrote so much to this post and had so much problems, and he shared it to the public, and it was so impressive for me, because if I were in his situation, really, I have so much respect for that. I couldn't do that in this situation, because it's hard to talk about this, and he had really lost a lot of people the last years, and he's into this topic, and he has depressions maybe, and he shared it, and I thought, wow, of all comments, I'm thankful for every comment, yeah, but of all these comments, I've read that, and I was really impressed that he shared, because of my story, he shared in the public history. And this was, for me personally, inspiring, inspirational. It was, wow. And I'm really thankful for this person who shared his own story with me, and that I also could inspire him. And this makes me really proud. And if you can help one person, the job is done.
Yeah, one person. You know what? I'm very happy to do this conversation with you because it's already inspiring me. I mean, your story is already touching me. It's like, wow, what a story. I mean, this guy, successful, handsome, powerful, you know, he was in a bad moment that everybody, let me tell you, people get in bottoms in life in the past, you know, like people get rock bottom sometimes, and then people sometimes they lost their job, sometimes they get sick, sometimes they get in a situation, so it's tough. So right now it's good when you know, look at the back and say, you know what, I was there, but now I'm here. So Marco, thanks for your time. When are you coming to Miami?
I hope that I can visit you, but it's hard to fly so long.
I know. You take like a pill, you knock out to the plane, you fall asleep, and then when you wake up, Marco, come on, you're in Miami. Put your sunglasses, your shorts, and let's go to the beach.
Yeah, it's like a dream because I always wanted to visit Los Angeles, Miami. It's great. It's great to see, I think. Yeah, but you know, it's really expensive. Miami is really expensive. But I will let you definitely know as soon as I book the flight. I tell you directly, and then we go to meet. And
sure, you will love it. But
you can show me Miami.
Of course, I'll share you Miami. Marco, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. Your story is amazing. Keep going. Do like personal coaching. I think you can do that. You talk very good. You have like a very powerful, that's like something that you have, you know, when you talk, it's very powerful because it's a message important to a lot of people. Thanks for your time. Congratulations. Let's keep in touch, and let's also, when you have something to share, check. We're gonna do another live, and let's talk about something that you're doing. So for now, my friend, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening in Europe, and here in Miami, have a wonderful afternoon. Una feliz tarde para todos. Los quiero. Have a good evening, my friend.
You too. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.